Hi everyone, it's Chris from Daily Dose of DIY, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute Christmas pillow covers by layering buffalo plaid HTV with black. In my previous video, I showed you how to make this knockout design in Cricut Design Space, but if you don't have time for that, you can use my free SVG file. Let's take a look at the rest of the supplies we're going to need. Okay, to make these pillow covers, we're going to need a pillow cover. I'm going to direct link everything that I am using down in the description below. So we've got these pillow covers. I've got the pillow I'm going to put the cover on when we're finished. You're going to need parchment paper or Teflon sheets to heat press, a heat press mat, and your heat press. We're going to need a cutting mat. Standard or light grip will do. I'm going to use some black heat transfer vinyl and some buffalo plaid. I found this on Amazon. It's a pretty decent price. Oh, look at that. It comes with a Teflon sheet too. And a bunch of different colors of buffalo plaid. Well, I guess red, green, and black and white. I'm using the red for this project, but check this out. It also came with instructions. Most of the time, if you order HTV a lot, I'm sure you know, it rarely comes with those heat press settings or things like that you have to look everything up. So I was impressed it came with that. I'm using my Cricut cutting machine, and I got myself a new little Cricut cutie. These come, if you don't have one yet, they come in the mystery boxes from Cricut. This one's cranberry. It's one of my favorites, but I will link that down below too. That mystery box, I was totally impressed with the amount of vinyl that I got in there. I'm going to use some of it on my next project, but Cricut Cutie was worth it. Okay, let's head on over to Design Space. You're going to need the free SVG file or to know how to make this design for yourself. So let's head on over to Design Space and get that covered. Once again, I'm going to give you that direct link in the description down below to get your SVG file. Follow that link, and then it's just going to ask you for your first name and your email address. Enter that in and then click yes. I want those free SVGs, and I will email you the link and the password right away to that resource library. Once you get the password, enter it in, and all of my SVG files are in alphabetical order, so it will be easy to find. Plus, I have pictures to make it even easier. If you're a visual person like me, you can just keep scrolling until you see that picture. Once we get that SVG file, we're going to go ahead and bring it into Design Space. In my previous video, I showed you how to do this. You can get just the deer head if you want, or other SVG files. I will direct link you that down below too. You can totally make it this exact design or a design like it on your own in Design Space. So follow the link to see my previous video on how to knock out these images from text, and you'll know how to do your very own. If you want to use mine, that's fine too. Sometimes I just want to make that project and I find somebody else's SVG they made, and thank you Jesus, they made it and saved me some time. So if you want to use this one, you are more than welcome to. As you can see, that deer head is cut out of these letters. We have Comet, Cupid, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph, the most famous of all. Once you bring this in here, I am putting this on a pillow cover. So you want to use the letter or the directional arrow down here to make it what size you want. 6 inches about is good for me, 6.5 I think. There's a 6.444, close enough to call it good. Everything's ready to go. If you're using my SVG, just click the Make It button. Because we are using heat transfer vinyl and I'm making a pillow cover, we're going to mirror. Don't forget to click the second mat and mirror. Just because you mirrored that first mat doesn't mean all the other mats are mirrored. It goes by mat. So click the mats you need mirrored and mirror, and then make sure you go back to the top and click mat number 1. because fun fact, whatever mat you leave selected is what Cricut will cut first. So you might think you're cutting black, but Cricut will be cutting red unless you go back to that top and select mat 1. From there we can continue. If you have a Cricut Explorer, go ahead and turn that dial to vinyl with our Cricut Maker. Looks like Bluetooth's trying to connect right now. Once it pops up, we'll select matte, no, not matte vinyl, we're doing heat transfer. I will select Everyday Iron-On. I'm using Sizer Easy Weed actually for the one, and a brand off of Amazon from the other. That those links are down and below, but almost every time this Everyday Iron-On, not the mesh, the regular one. Maybe I don't have it saved. So you can browse all materials, search materials, iron on. No results found. Look at that. Heat transfer? They don't have iron on. Is it one word? Iron on? No results found. Iron. There we go. Oh, there's a dash in there. Come on, Cricut. Really? I don't have it highlighted. Once you find it, if it's something you use a lot, you come down here and you see these stars. You see some have a gold stars. Those show up in my favorite. So I'm going to click a star on that one so it shows up in my favorites now too. We're going to select Everyday Iron-On. Done. And let's head back over and get our mats loaded and get this cut. I'll show you how to layer and press it too. Okay, we're back here at my craft table and I'm getting my heat press preheated. We're at 305 degrees. We're going to load the black HTV onto the cut mat. We'll just get it smoothed down here and then we'll be ready to cut. Okay, this one is done. We're going to remember to flip over our mat, remove it from your project to help keep it from curling or tearing. I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to weed it while the red one is cutting. Grab a sheet of that. The carrier is on the plaid side, so we're going to put the red side up. Got lines, I want to make it nice and straight. That looks good. Smooth it out and we'll get this one cut too. Okay, that one's done. I'm just going to go ahead and keep weeding. I've got this because of the static to collect the little bits and pieces, and then we'll get it heat pressed and put together. Another good thing about this is when you're done, you can rip off that sheet and get any extra you have stuck to your table, and it makes for an easy cleanup. Now on this, I was almost very impressed with how well it cut and weeded. And then towards the end there, the C tore, but I found it and I got him back in place, so I think we are still good to go. We're going to get ready to press it on now. So the first thing we need to do is preheat, and when I preheat, I like to also find the center. So fold it in half and then fold it in half again, and then I'm going to press for just a few seconds. Preheat warms up the material. It helps get rid of any moisture. Flip it around and press this side for a few seconds. Now when we undo this, see, that's going to be my bottom, we can see, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but you've got the exact center point of your pillowcase, and it makes it very easy to center your project. Then we put the non-sticky sides together. Just give yourself a little crease on the top and bottom. And then you can line those creases up with this crease and use your center point to help you do the other way. Once you're happy with how it's centered, I'm going to make sure my mat is all the way down there, and then I'm going to take my Teflon sheet, cover it, and we're going to press just to tack it down. So about 5 seconds. I didn't even set my timer. That should be good. Let it cool for a second. And all we want it to do is stick enough so we can get the next layer on. We don't have to do a complete stick. I'm not sure if the heat got up there. It looks like it didn't hit the top row. Oh, killed my cutie. So I'm going to press that top row for a few seconds. Let it cool, and then slowly peel off. Okay, once that layer is off, now we can put another one on. Once that layer is off, now we can put the red layer on. Since the carrier sheet is a little sticky, but since it's not super sticky, you can take your time and just really line up where it goes. And if you mess up, you can lift it right back up. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. That's a lot of little pieces that can move around when your fabric can move too. There's a little spot right there. So on your last press, you want to make sure this Teflon sheet isn't quite big enough, but we also had a parchment paper sheet. You just want to make sure everything is covered because you don't want that vinyl that's now clear sticking out of your heat press machine. The final press, we're going to do this in 2 sections. Set my timer was for 15 seconds. Oops, wrong button. It was for 15 seconds and then a cool peel. So we will press 15 this side and then 15 up there. Move our protective sheets and let it cool down before we take that last one off. Cool enough. Sometimes I don't have enough patience. Be a good thing. I forgot to weed that R. If you find a mistake while it's still warm, it should come right back off. So I'm going to show you how to fix what happens. This is a good thing to have a mini for. An easy way to fix it if you forget, if you have a mistake on HTV. Okay. My mini is preheated, so what I'm going to do is put it right behind the R, and I'm going to use, you want to be careful you don't get burned, but I'm also going to use my pick tool hold it down close to it, and once HTV reheats, it will come right back off. So as this heats up, the center of this R should come right out. There it comes. Just like that. Now, we'll get him back flat. And let it cool so the rest of it doesn't bubble off. But that is how you fix a mistake. It's handy for the mini so you don't burn yourself. Now let's get this on our pillow and see how it looks. Okay, it's back to cooled down now. We're going to unzip our cover. It's one of those with a hidden zipper. And we're going to pull it over our pillow. So now that we're done, what do you think? This was a little bit harder of a project than a beginner level, but if you take your time, I know that you can get it done. And hey, now you know how to fix a mistake if you made one like I did and accidentally forget to weed a little spot. Your project isn't ruined, you can still fix it. And the thing I love about pillow covers is we can change these out after Christmas, for Valentine's Day, or something else. So once again, my name is Chris. Thank you so much for crafting with me today. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Cricut crafting tutorial.